Nathan took in a deep breath, sent up a small prayer to the heavens.
Finally, my family's enemies are vanquished. House Raven is no more.
As Nathan slowly moved away from Remus Raven's torso, he turned to embrace old Billy and the rest of the victorious townsfolk. Together, they had won a tremendous victory, and Nathan's name would forever be in the annals of Calandrian history for slaying such a mighty foe. As the townsfolk of Dunshire surrounded Nathan, they marveled at his strength. All of them knew that bards were sure to sing the song of this night for centuries to come. Old Billy patted Nathan on the shoulder as Nathan turned towards the window, where a smaller pillar of smoke rose from the medicinal garden in the distance.
Old Billy, I leave things here to you for now. I must go aid my father in his fight.
As you command, young Master Nathan. We'll always be indebted to you for the rest of our days. Do you hear me? All of us here will never forget it.
But Nathan had already left the manor as he rushed towards the direction of the Hayfield family medicinal garden. As Nathan made his way across the creek and up toward the medicinal garden, he noticed the smoke had stopped entirely.
No more smoke, huh? Well, that's a good sign.
Halfway up there, he found his father, poured down Lord Ulrich's face as he led a dozen bound captives of House Clay and House Raven servants over to the manor. As Nathan approached, he frowned at his father's condition.
Father, are you all right? What happened over there?
Nathan, is that you, lad? I'm sorry. I took an axe to the brow, and now my left eye is cloudy. I can't see well from it, but worry not. One eye is good enough to watch over this lot.
Nathan took out a cloth and wiped at his father's wound.
Here, hold this on it to stop the...
No doubt Amelia will have a poultice to smear on this tomorrow.
I'm sorry about your eye, but heavens help us that you're all right otherwise. How did the fight go here in the garden?
I vanquished Claudius Raven myself, after he went after a few villagers that ran off into the woods. When I came back to the garden with those villagers, they helped put the fire out, while Podrick, Baylor, and I gave chase to the remaining enemy. Most of House Clayfield perished, and this lot here is made up of the survivors and a few House Raven hired blades.
What of Lord Byron, then, and his brother, Golden Axe?
After we put out the fire, and it was clear the fight was lost, they ran off into the woods towards Mount Dun. Baylor and Podrick gave chase before I could stop them. I could not go after them, for I had to make sure the fire did not burn all of our herbs.
It's all right, Father. I understand. Which direction did they go?
As Lord Ulrich pointed off into the tree line, Nathan nodded and took off in that direction.
Thank you, Father. I'll return with them shortly, and have all the prisoners sit in the village center upon my return. I wish to question them.
Of course, my son. And tell me quickly, are we truly free of the High Lord Raven's tyranny?
Feel free to ask him yourself. You'll find his head on the floor of the manor beside our family tapestry.
With that, Nathan leaped off into the woods and disappeared from his father's view. Lord Ulrich marveled at his son's strength as he nodded at the ragged line of enemy prisoners to keep moving. Nathan flew through the treetops as fast as he could, jumping between branches and using his Asura eye to scour the landscape in search of Baylor and his father. After several minutes of this, he picked up their trail and sensed 4 bodies lying near one another in a sunflower field. Nathan frowned as he leaped to the ground and saw how the yellow flowers were marred with red droplets of... Some of the flowers had been roughly cut down to the stem, another innocent victim of the conflict. Nathan knew a vicious battle had occurred only a few moments before. He paused as he heard something, a whimpering of some kind. As he made his way deeper into the flower meadow, he finally found its source. Nathan's defensive battle stance relaxed as soon as he saw the dead both Golden Axe and Lord Byram. However, Nathan could not savor his friend's victory for long, as he found a covered Baylor holding the lifeless of his father, Podrick, in his arms.
Baylor, heavens help us. Are you all right? He fought with honor, Nathan. I caught up to them first, and they were going to overwhelm me, but my dad, he caught up to us and pushed them back. An axe slipped past my guard, and it was going for my head, but he stopped it. Both of them kept hacking at him, but he didn't care. He didn't feel it anymore, because he got really close and took both of them with him. He saved me, Nathan, and I wasn't strong enough to save him back.
Nathan sighed and slowly sat beside his friend. Baylor held his father, whose skin had turned pale and was ice-cold to the touch. Slowly, Nathan picked up Podrick's sword and put it in his arms. Nathan smiled at Baylor's tearful and confused expression.
So your father has something to fight with in the heavens. He's stubborn enough, I'm sure he'll need it.
Baylor nodded slowly, stewing in his own failures.
I should have saved him if I'd only been stronger.
Nathan suddenly hugged Baylor and held his friend tight as he cried over his father's sacrifice.
I know, my friend. I know.
After a brief moment of silence, Nathan stood back up and offered a hand to Baylor.
Come with me. We'll bury him right out back behind his store, so he can watch over it. He'd like that, wouldn't he? I failed him, Nathan. Enough, Baylor.
Baylor blinked at Nathan's intense expression. Fire lit up in Nathan's eyes as he spoke.
Your father was a valiant man who gave his life for you. Now that is a noble thing. And if you wallow in his gift to you, you'll squander it. Your father saved you for a reason, Baylor. I don't know what that is yet, but it's true. Now you can find that out for yourself and come with me, or you can lie down here with him and waste away. Now take my hand.
Tentatively, Baylor took Nathan's hand as he stood up. Together, the two of them carried Podrick's back over toward the distant town of Dunshire. Baylor wiped away his tears as they walked.
You're right, Nathan. I can't waste what he just gave me, no matter what. He always wanted me to pursue greatness for our house, to become a noble warrior just like you. So, that's what I'll do then, Nathan. I'll become a great spiritual warrior that's strong enough to save others like me, to help the poor, hard-working folks of this land like my father, to honor his legacy.
Nathan smiled as they moved back into town.
Now you're talking, Baylor. Come on, let's get back quickly so we can bury him together before dawn.
A few hours passed, and as the golden rays of dawn rose over the hamlet of Dunshire, Nathan, Ulrich, and Baylor buried the bodies of Podrick and the other fallen townsfolk. Together, the entire town spoke solemn words of mourning and prayed to the heavens that the souls of the dead would find peace. As Nathan and Baylor finished piling the last shovel full of dirt over Podrick's grave, they turned their attention over to a massive bonfire roaring beside the wrecked Hayfield manor. Over there, the bodies of House Raven and House Clay burned, as their captives did the heavy lifting under the watchful eyes of a few Hayfield family guards. Nathan set down his shovel and walked in that direction, as Ulrich and Baylor followed him.
Father, I think it's time we speak with our captives.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.